Hello, I'm Caroline, and I'm the Director of Finance and Support Services at Tigon Games, and I have overall responsibility for the implementation of coaching within the organization. Transactional analysis is a useful technique in understanding how one relates to one another. It is a very big topic with over 300 concepts. This video is a taster, and if it is something that you would like to use in your coaching sessions, then I strongly recommend that you do additional study. Transactional analysis, or TA, is a theory developed by Dr. Eric Berne in the 1950s. Berne described transaction as a unit of social intercourse, and transactional analysis is a method of examining transactions of the type, I do something to you, and you do something back. Ego states are one of the building blocks of transactional analysis. They categorize the way we think, feel, and behave, and are called parent, adult, and child. For example, one may notice that one is saying things just as one's mother may have done. One does this as one has lived with this person for so long that one automatically reproduces certain things that were said to one, or treat others as one might have been treated oneself. In the adult ego state, one's thoughts, etc., are not influenced by one's past. Other people are seen as they are, rather than what one projects onto them. In the child ego state, a past incident, for example, a head teacher calling one into the office for a telling off, may result in an unpleasant churning feeling in one's stomach whenever one is asked to see one's boss. Transactions between complementary ego states, e.g. parent-parent, are generally happy days. It is when the transactions are crossed, e.g. parent to child, that the trouble may start. The first example involves Anna, the steely-eyed chair of the board, an astute businesswoman who is also my mum. I was feeling quite happy when she decided to attack me over my spectacles, likening me to a dumpy owl. I confess I lost it. So unfair. For one thing, I can't help being short. The rage just boiled up and I erupted. Trouble was, I knew she was right all along, as she is about everything. Later, I became contrite and went to apologize to her. This diagram is part of Temple's functional fluency model. There are 4 behavioral responses. 2 are positive, those that are shown in white, and 2 strengths overdone, which are the ones shown in red. Analyzing these transactions, it was clear that Anna was in the upper left quadrant of the parent ego state, bossy and fault-finding. The functional fluency model also has a section for child ego states. Reflecting on my reaction, I was being egocentric and immature. Later, I moved into the bottom left quadrant by being submissive and compliant in apologizing to my mother. The second example involves Marcus, who started out as a trainee accountant in my finance team. Normally a friendly and kind chap, he had got himself into a right old stew over his exams. Later we met, and I adopted the structuring parent ego state, drawing up a plan. I kept things structured to avoid becoming marshmallowing. The third example involves two of my board colleagues, Yuk and Nicholas. Nicholas asked Yuk for coffee. This is an adult transaction, but not necessarily in the sense of ego states. Yuk responds, also as an adult, but Nicholas adopts a parent state by criticizing her. And this diagram shows the adult-to-adult transaction in the case of Yuk and the parent-to-child transaction in the case of Nicholas. Adult states are almost all positive, and as coaches, this is the state that we would adopt with our coachees. Using the adult ego state, we ask for information, probe assumptions, clarify meaning of the coachee's words in order to move them to a more resourceful state. Videos on probing questions will give examples of the types of words to gently challenge a coachee on. This has been a whistle-stop tour of ego states, and I urge you to do further research if this is a technique that interests you. And finally, thank you for watching this video. Please do get in touch if there's any more information that you need. Well, that seemed to go quite well. Don't think I made any major blunders, did I?